If affirmations was the way to create what you want, wouldn't it have happened already? Hi, this is Rochelle with Live in Vibrancy. And I can really admittedly get down on affirmations. And it's not necessarily because they don't work. It's more because I often see people using them maybe in a way that can be more harmful than helpful. Because affirmations work more with the conscious mind than the subconscious mind. In order to use affirmations to shift at the subconscious level, you must use them in a certain way in order to actually be speaking to the subconscious and not to the conscious. And it's actually really the long way. So you may gain a short-term result. You may manifest what it is that you're looking for initially. However, what's most likely happening is you're finding that you're also getting what you don't want and what you don't want and what you don't want, or you manifest it in and then shoot it out, and then either you struggle to manifest it in or you kind of continue to go in this pattern, right? Which is the same as getting what you want and getting what you don't want. So I want to take you through a bit of an exercise so that you understand why affirmations might not be effective for you. I'm not gonna go on my on-brand ramble. So okay, just gonna take a deep breath in, exhale, and then another breath in, and exhale. And I just really need to ground right now. So if you need to, ground with me so that you can really participate in this. And I'm gonna take another deep breath in, and then exhale. Just kind of let my body settle in. Okay, so I'm going to use a cliche example, mostly because it tends to be the most effective in eliciting a response in the most people, and while recognizing we all will have a different degree of response because we're all unique. And okay, it's not because I'm not creative, it's just because there's a reason this one's a cliche. It's an effective example. So, and you may or may not have heard it already. All right, so I want you to say this word: lemon, lemon, lemon. And take a minute if you want to and affirm it the way you normally would, as if it were. And then I want you to read this word. And I want you to take a minute and just check in and notice for each of those. Was there a response of any kind? Did it trigger any thoughts or any images or any feelings? Just notice if anything shifted for you. Now I want you to take a minute and I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to imagine holding a fresh, yellow, firm lemon. Just putting it on a surface and with a knife, just cutting into that firm flesh and through the fruit as the juice spills out onto the surface beneath. And I want you to take a piece of that lemon, feeling the texture of the rind in your hand and the temperature of the lemon. And just noticing if you can smell the aroma. And then I want you to take the lemon and imagine putting it in your mouth and just biting down. And I want you to notice from these examples, did that example elicit any change? Any thoughts? Any mental images? Any other sensory experiences? Any emotional experience? Any physical responses? Or physiological responses? Yeah, physical, whatever. So, because your subconscious It is the mind of images and emotions. It's not the conscious mind. It is not the mind of words. And I understand we're often told that the reason we take on a subconscious belief or whatever is because we've repeated thoughts over and over and over again. We've repeated a story. But I want you to understand that that story is triggered by a feeling, right? Your body experiences a feeling, and then your mind layers a meaning over top. And a lot of times when we're not really grounded in ourself, and we're not really grounded into just our true expansive nature, we can personalize whatever's going on around us, and then the story that the mind is creating becomes something about us, and usually it's something painful. And it's that feeling, and then the mind responds with the same story and the same story. And this is why, if you're not manifesting something, it's because there's an emotional block. And this is why you may struggle to shift your mental diet. You find yourself in certain situations reverting to that same mental diet. It's because in order to work with the subconscious, you need to use more than words. And so hopefully, this will help you either to at least make your affirmations so that they're not having negative responses, because the reason I get down on affirmations is it's the long way. I mean, if you're even using them effectively, it is the longest way to change your subconscious that you could possibly take. But if it is your vehicle of preference, to each their own. But I want you to be using them effectively, because when you're not using them effectively, you're actually running up against the barrier. The subconscious is closing to the conscious mind, when really the conscious mind does have the power to instruct the subconscious when done effectively. But if you are not using your affirmations effectively, then you are often going to find yourself that your mood is affected. It can create anxiety. It can create low moods, even really contribute to depression. And so this is the reason that I tend to speak out against affirming, or at least to kind of give it a bit of a bad rap, because if you don't have an unconscious competence around the thing that you're manifesting, your affirmations are going to do more harm than good. And so instead, you want to shift your strategy and work directly with the subconscious, because your life is a reflection of who you are, your unconscious identity. And so understanding how to work with that will get you so much farther, and it will not create the resistance that you may be moving through. All right, well, so until the next video, hopefully this helps you maybe rethink some of your strategies, and really I want people to begin to understand how to use the things that they are using so that they're actually effective. Okay, so until next time, live like you can't fail.